So, hi everybody. So it's Richard Silver, Sotheby's International Realty, the Silver Burtnick Group, and I'm here with my friend Virginia Munden. And
Hi,
Virginia,
Richard.
hey Virginia, Virginia leads a group called the Buzz Conference, and we have had a Buzz Conference in January. It's face to face. There is what, 600 people there at least? I would.
Yeah, just under 700 people were
Wow.
registered. A few people snuck in that we caught without
Yeah.
paying. So shame, shame, shame. We'll remember you
Yeah.
at the next one.
Yeah. Anyways, it was great. A lot of information was shared. A lot of things were learned, and it was a great time to get together. But coronavirus happened, so now what do we do, Virginia? What are we doing?
Well, we weren't sure what we were going to do because we had the September 9th and 10th conference that was ready to go. Already over 140 attendees were registered for that on our Eventbrite link. Now, due to everyone canceling their events, we may possibly cancel our September event because we really need to follow the protocol now from our higher associations as well as from the Government of Canada.
Yeah.
But we decided after a lot of people, sending us messages, following us on Instagram, you guys, we want to learn what can you give us? So we decided to take our conference online. So now we've kind of shifted the momentum, and we're
Yeah.
called the Buzz Online Conference,
Yeah.
Shift the Momentum. And the first one is taking place on April the 30th, and we've got our 4 speakers set out for that. Our January conference, in which you spoke at, and you had, one of the best sessions of the day with Petrus and Christine Mitchell, and who else was on that panel?
Yeah,
From Johnson
from
and Daniel.
JD. Yeah, it was
Yeah,
a lot of fun. We had a great
yeah,
time.
it was so great. So, now, what we're doing is we're kind of taking the pick of the crop, our leaders in the industry who have always facilitated excellent information. You were one of the first ones 11 years ago that introduced technology. You were the purveyor of technology and social media because of where you were traveling to all over the world, learning these fundamental platforms that we should be incorporating into our business. So 10, 11 years later, we're back to where we started, and you're going crazy with getting great information from your Sotheby colleagues from all around the world during COVID-19, right?
Yeah, it's wonderful to see what's happening around the world in a time like this where you are having a shelter in place. You can't go out to a conference, and as you know, I love to go to conferences and meet people, and when you can't do that and you have to shelter in place, definitely it's Zoom.
Right. So we're using the Zoom platform, and originally we had 250 realtors registered. We upped that to 500, and we've just recently taken the registration to 750. And I think we're going to cap it at that because we've never done a large live conference like this online on Zoom. But all of the larger conferences are starting to do this. So we decided to offer the first one here in Canada. So the Buzz Conference is taking that innovative lead. The great thing is we've been recognized, and we were contacted by NAR, the National Association of Realtors, which is the largest real estate association in the world with 1.4 million members. And Jeb Griffin is going to be our surprise speaker on the 30th. And we're so fortunate to have you back on.
Now it's not a surprise anymore, though.
Pardon?
How can he be a surprise? You can't be a surprise speaker.
Well, I have to announce him because I need people to stick around until the very end. But he's our surprise guest speaker. But you're going to be our surprise speaker on May. What day is it? May the 7th.
May the 7th. I thought you wanted April. Okay. I thought, okay, we got to fix that.
May 30th, and then you're on May the 7th.
Okay, perfect.
So I announced that this morning on the Buzz, but we've got some great content on what realtors and entrepreneurs, brokerages, as well as team leaders should be doing now during COVID-19. We're practicing social distancing and self-isolation, but we are an essential industry. We need to come out of that tunnel, as Tim Siriano said yesterday, and we need to start building our confidence back to serve. We're here to serve and to educate and inform, right, Richard?
Listen, I keep saying, our job is not to get down in the dumps. Our job is to get out there and to help our clients buy and sell real estate, because there's always real estate that needs to be bought and sold. And one of my concerns is, as well as we chatted about, I think we're going to head into a recession. We're losing too many jobs not to. And
Right.
too many businesses are going to, go under, and the market will change, and we're going to have to be
Right.
ready to change, shift, as we say, shift happens.
Right. Yeah, exactly.
You
Is
know,
that the consensus around, as you speak with all of your Sotheby's colleagues across the
no,
globe?
it's not really. I think I just know from listening to some of the people in business, and looking at what's happening and driving the streets, and you see stores close.
Right.
And you know that a lot of them, because of the new abnormal of, everybody buying everything on Amazon, everybody having everything delivered, everybody doing
Right.
business by Zoom, we are going to shrink the economy. There's no way. It's not going to be a buoyant economy that we've had for the past 16, 17 years. And the
Right.
agents who have not been prepared for the change are
Right.
they're going to have an issue. And the reality is, at the end of the day, you still have a job to do. You got to do it. You got to stay positive.
Right.
But there is going to be change, and you have to just run with it. So
Right. Right.
if you're going to spend your next year on Zoom, then you got to learn how to make it good. I mean, I decided to go to my coffee shop.
I know. I love it. I know just a few minutes ago, you were in the Bahamas. So
Well, or in
that's,
the clouds,
yeah, we're in the clouds.
The
Richard,
beaches.
what are some of the things you're doing to enhance your digital collateral, like with your listings, especially your luxury listings, or even smaller properties you have on the market?
Yeah, I'm just doing, every single one of them has a virtual walkthrough. I'm posting them on MLS. And one of the things I think is really important is, do not list properties exclusively right now.
Right.
I think put them on MLS, because there is so many eyes there. Everybody's staying at home. They're looking at, real estate pornography. And it's true there. And what they're doing is so be online, be on
Right.
MLS, be out there on your website, whether Remax, Royal LePage, Sotheby's, whatever it is, you have to be out there. Do not retract. Never retract in a market like this. Push
Right.
forward, and do it in a sensitive way. I mean, you don't go out and say, I just sold, I just listed,
Yeah.
blah, blah, like we normally
Right.
do. But I think
Right.
it's important that you let people know that, you had a client, it was important for them to sell, and you assisted them to reach their goal. And
Yes,
that's
and
your
I
job.
think that's a great point, is talk about what you did to reach that goal
Yeah.
instead of, sold in one day with multiple offers over asking price.
Yeah.
I think we have to humanize our message with empathy now,
Yeah,
for
I think so
sure.
too. I think so too,
Yeah,
because it is, whether we like it or not, it is our job.
right.
And it's going to be a new normal or a new abnormal, whatever it is. And so I think we just have to change. We have to be aware that there is going to be some shift happening, and it's not a pretty sight. It will be a very difficult couple of years. But I can
Yes.
tell you that the agents that are inventive and that are sensitive to the issue will do very, very well. They won't have an issue, and there will be a lot of agents leaving the business, I believe.
Agreed, 100%. And I've been having some of those difficult discussions with many of them who have been reaching out. They're just not sure. Should I park my license? Should I join a team? Are you hiring? Should I take a sabbatical? People
Yeah.
are very uncertain right now. And that's one of the reasons why we decided to go online with the Buzz conference, is that so we can share some positive and inspirational information. We just had a conversation about a past market in the late 80s, early 90s. Richard, how long have you been licensed for?
Since beginning of 1980.
Okay, I've been licensed for 25 years, but
Yeah,
I
I'm 40.
remember the up and down markets. But do you
Yeah.
think we're heading into a market where properties are going to be on MLS for a longer period of time,
Oh, definitely,
right?
definitely,
We
definitely.
need
I
to
mean,
be
we
prepared for
still,
that. So what's some advice you can offer somebody about, most of the agents that got into the business in 2017 until today are used to those quick sales, one day,
yeah,
one hour, 2 days, right?
yeah.
What kind of advice can you offer agents now about that?
I think, first of all, it's really important to keep your debt in check. I think it's really important to keep, using whatever money you do have for marketing, I think you have to change the way you're marketing. I think print is completely gone now. You
Right.
know, the odd thing may come up and you're, you know, good for you, but I think
Right.
everything is online. Everything has to be just so people can, you know, can manage it
Right.
on a computer. And you're going
Right.
to see, it's interesting to see. I mean, I don't know. I've been talking to a few lawyers, and all of a sudden they're using DocuSign. They're going online. They don't have to
Oh,
do, you know, this whole
yay.
thing of, yeah, thank God. What's taken them so long? I mean, we've told them about DocuSign 10 years ago, and they didn't want to use it. They had to sit face to face
Right.
with the client in the office, and you know, and the
That's good
reality
to
is,
know.
yeah, they're doing a good job, and the
Good.
reality is, all that information is there.
Right.
And I think what you have to be is your job is to get that information. You have to, instead of going to see the house, you have to do a digital walkthrough. You have to do AVMs, you know,
Right.
and all of the products that we can take, you know, take use of. It's
Right.
very
Right.
important. There's a
And
lot of
another
stuff out
thing,
there.
you were talking about is offering different options and solutions. You had a really great example about a luxury home
Yeah.
that you had. Can you share that with
Yeah,
your
I just,
viewers?
yeah, well, it's funny because I'm supposed to be interviewing you about the
I
buzz
know, but I
conference.
want to share your information because this is the kind of information that will help realtors. And you've
Yeah,
got the experience. I've got the experience, right?
exactly. Well, during the recession, I had a client who really wanted to buy, they had a semi on McPherson and they wanted to buy a detached house in Moore Park.
Right.
And the people in Moore Park were no longer living in the house. They had vacated the house. They were living in an apartment, and they just wanted to get on with their lives. So the reality was that my guys wanted to move up, and those people just wanted to sell their house. So
Right.
I was working with a wonderful agent at the time, and she was the one who came up with the idea, and we did a trade plus cash. So the clients in Moore Park took over the semi on McPherson because they thought it would be easier to sell the semi. And so instead of
Right.
having a conditional offer, we just did a trade plus cash.
Right.
And about 2 weeks later, it closed. My guys,
Nice.
my people moved into the house, the detached house,
Nice.
and the semi got sold.
Yeah, that's a great idea. We have
Yeah,
to become more creative, I think.
yeah, and
And
creative with financing
yeah,
and
that's great.
mortgages.
Yeah, right.
Yeah,
Um, and that's what we're trying to do with the Buzz Conference. We want to
exactly.
be creative. We want to be innovative. We don't want to be the disruptors anymore. I think the disruptor now, where we have always been saying that technology is the disruptor, technology has become the basic. The new
Yeah,
disruptor is this virus, this crisis that we're in, and we
yeah,
need to adapt and innovate, and we need to proceed with a new vision. And so by offering the buzz in a more creative environment with the accelerators, the adapters, the innovators, the influencers, the inspirers. These are the people who are going to be sharing.
the
And whoever
conference.
wants to learn more about those dates, they can follow us on Instagram at the Buzz Conference, and they can register from our link at thebuzzconference.com. The tickets are free. We wanted to offer this to everybody. We didn't want to charge. This is not something to make money on
Yeah,
right now. This is just us giving back to the industry.
I'm not getting paid. What do you mean?
No,
So
I'll
listen,
buy you a
so
coffee when we get to see each other live.
you can come to my coffee shop right now. It's right there. Here's another
I know.
question. So are you planning on this every week in the next month? Is it, are you
We've
going to do
got
four of
right
them?
now May the 30th, which
No,
is, I'm
April the
sorry,
third.
April the 30th. And
Right.
on that, we have Matt Reagan, Tom Story, Mark McLean, and Jeff Thibodeau.
Yeah.
On May the 7th, we have Sherry Chris, who's the CEO of Realogy. I'm so excited to have Sherry.
Yeah.
She's a leader. She's a leader for men and women, but to have her speak is just, it's an
She's
honor for us.
my old boss.
Yes, mine too.
Yeah.
Tim Sirianos,
Yeah.
the broker owner of Remax Ultimate.
Yeah.
Dan Wood is going to be
Yeah.
speaking as well. I spoke with
Yeah.
him virtually from his RV home. He's traveling Canada right now. So he was doing business with me while he was in his RV home in a beautiful, picturesque setting. I think he was in BC.
Wow.
And then
Crazy.
yourself. So those are the next four for May
Yeah.
7th.
Yeah.
And then on May 28th, we've got Christopher Alexander, who is the director for
Chris.
Remax
Yeah.
Integra, Adam Stern, who is the president of resale for PSR Brokerage,
Yeah.
Stephanie Kanitis, who is the broker for Johnson and Daniel and
Yeah.
Royal Page in Oakville,
Yeah.
and one more. And Scott Huron, who is the founder of OTBX Air. He's going to share with us what you need to do to enhance your digital collateral for both buyers and sellers. And then we've got our women's conferences, which now we're going to open up to the entire industry. And that's to elevate women's presence and women's roles and reputations within the Canadian real estate space. We're going to be speaking with women from real estate, finance, law, and prop tech, and as well as our strategic partners.
Can I come and drag?
Yes, you can. And I've even got a really amazing guy, James Malina, speaking at that one. So we're really excited.
Yeah, I know James really well. He's funny,
so
but
awesome.
I want to come as I want to come as the Jewish mother of the bride. You know, I want to do a nice hair. I'm gonna have to shave my arms though. That's the problem. Anyways, I just want to say thanks again for this, and
my pleasure.
I hope everybody watching it signs up and they come and, take the class or do the buzz. Take the buzz, do the buzz, and we'll talk about.
Tickets are free. We would love to have everyone. Thank you.
Okay, take care and love you a lot. And